Welcome to Soul Infused Monday. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Soul Infused Monday, every Monday at 9 a.m. Pacific time, 12 p.m. Eastern time, hosting it from the Dominican Republic. And if you're new to my community, to my work, to my show, my name is Sonia de la Torre. I'm a life, energy, and self-love coach, and I help women and men all over the world to connect to their authentic self, to love themselves, to trust themselves, and to show up with confidence in the world. So, today's topic is the 3 thieves of joy. What to avoid and to create inner happiness and peace. There are 3 things that you definitely need to stop, and I'm going to share those 3 things with you today. So, and as I know, it always takes a moment for everyone to jump in. For those who are already live watching me, leave a comment below. Let me know if you see and hear me. For some reason, I don't see the comments at the moment. Give me like about 10 seconds. Don't run away. Leave me a comment so that I can actually know if I see them. Why don't I see them now? Okay, let me see. I see them. Okay, thank you, Amanda. Okay, I do see them now. Welcome from cold Europe. Fantastic. So leave a comment below, say hello, send me some love, likes, share Soul Infused Monday if you find this show beneficial in any way, if you find it valuable, spread the love and pay it forward. So, where are you from? Where are you watching from? Leave a comment, and we're gonna have the topic today, the 3 thieves of joy and what you should be avoiding in your life to create real inner peace, joy, and happiness. Okay, so yesterday I was talking to a dear friend of mine, and while we were having dinner, she opened up to me and she shared with me her struggles that she has lately, and she admitted to me that it has been a long time since she experienced real joy. And she was saying to me there was joy missing in her life. And when I asked her, I asked her a question, and that's a very good question for you to write down. So if you have a pen and a paper, hi Colleen, sunny Chicago, fantastic. Grab real quick a pen and a paper. That question is a great question to ask yourself whenever you want to shift a state of being. So she was sharing with me that she didn't experience joy in her life at the moment, that there was really something missing. And I asked her, what would it take for you to experience joy? So that question, what would it take, is a very powerful question. So write that down regardless if you are struggling with joy right now or not. Oh my God, there are all the comments. I didn't see them before. Hi, Chrissy. Hi, Jennifer. Robin, hi. Oh my God, fantastic. I'm so happy that you're all here. Okay, good. You see me loud and clear. So welcome again. Welcome to the Soul Infused Monday show. What would it take to, and then whatever you are really desiring, you can use that question for anything that you're struggling with. But I asked her, what would it take for you to have joy in your life again, to have more joy in your life? And then she kind of like tuned in for a moment, and then she said, well, I was expecting she would say something like, or I should go more to the beach, or I go more out or dance or whatever. But what she said was, what it would take for me to have more joy is to say more often no, so that she can actually do the things that she enjoys doing. And so we started the whole conversation, and because I speak to women all the time, all over the world, and I struggled with that myself in the past, I know that it's very, very challenging for a lot of women to actually say no and to put themselves first. So we were talking about joy, talking about not being able to say no, not taking time with yourself. So, and then I was reflecting about the the theme today. And I wanted to share really the 3 biggest things that are holding us back from experiencing joy. So, this is not new, it's not a secret, and yet so many women and also men struggle with this. So the number one thing that is a real thief of joy and that you get to stop doing it is comparing yourself. Okay, so, and there are two versions of this. Comparing yourself is really a thief of joy because if you do compare yourself, generally it comes from a place of I'm not good enough, someone is better, and looking for something that you are not. So, comparing yourself to others always creates suffering, and it is something that when you stop doing that will make a difference in your life. Because it really takes your joy away. Because you're busy with comparing yourself, and therefore, usually, I mean, there are exceptions, usually we are not as beautiful, as smart, as successful, as confident, all of that. So who in here who's watching or is watching the replay struggles with comparison? Are you comparing yourself with others? And are you struggling with that? And in which way? So leave a comment. I would love to hear from you. And then, okay, England, yeah, is in the house. Okay, fantastic. So, and there's one thing that I want to add to this because, you know, we get that. Comparing yourself is no good. And why? Because ultimately, there's only one version of you. So comparing yourself is not only a waste of energy, it doesn't only rob your joy, it's totally pointless. Because there's nothing to compare yourself with, because there's only one unique version of you, and there's only one unique version of someone else, and it's not better or worse, it's just unique. It's just unique. Trees in the forest don't walk around, and they usually don't walk around, comparing themselves. And even you usually don't go into the forest thinking, oh my God, that tree is fat, or that tree doesn't have as many leaves and beautiful leaves like this tree. We don't do that. Every tree is unique and beautiful, and so are you. Yes, Linda can relate to that. Robin can relate to that. Yes. Okay, yeah, a lot of women can relate to that. So, stop doing that. One thing. In addition, it's not only comparing yourself with others. Another form of robbing your joy or you getting in any, you know, version of not being good enough is comparing yourself with yourself in a sense of, for example, now that, you know, for example, age. Stop comparing yourself with a younger version of yourself. Stop comparing yourself with a future version of yourself. For example, I had 10 pounds less a year ago, 2 years ago, 10 years ago, I had less wrinkles, or someone says, hey, I had more money, or once I lose that weight in the future. So it's not only not comparing yourself with others, but stop comparing yourself with an image or an expectation from the future or something that you had in the past that you are not now anymore. Does that make sense, guys? Let me know. And do you have any questions about this one? I will move on to the second piece. Okay, so stop comparing yourself. Number 2, stop pleasing everyone else. And what do I mean by that? That's exactly what my friend was talking about not saying no. So stop the pleasing and not setting boundaries and not saying no is totally taking your joy away. And let me go a little bit further into that. And I'm not talking about being nice in a sense of supporting and helping others, being caring and loving. This is who you are from nature. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is like pleasing others so that you have approval and you doing too much for others and therefore you depleting your own energy, getting burned out, feeling resentful, and feeling like you give but you don't get back. Okay, so true. Okay, makes sense. Wonderful. I used to be a people pleaser, big time. So I get it. It's not, you know, it's not simple to just shift it overnight. And at the same time, when you're not able to say no, Have healthy boundaries and space so that you can take care of yourself. It's very difficult to really help someone else anyway. And there's a disconnect within yourself. And pleasing comes from a place of fear of judgment, fear of rejection, and the need for approval. Okay? So super important. Total thief of joy. Oh yes, thank you. Hi, Aline. Okay. And if you have any questions, guys, send it here in the chat room. Okay. Number 3, super big one that a lot of people can relate to is worrying about what other people think of you. Okay. Who in here, you can raise your hand, I don't see it, but everyone that worries about what other people think of you, do you worry about what other people think of you sometimes, every day, sometimes, raise your hand, meaning leave a comment below. Who in here, if you're honest, worries about what other people think of you? Yeah, boundaries are very important. Exactly. Okay. So my friend yesterday said to me, Sonia, to be honest, there's not one day where I don't judge myself or I worry about what other people think of me. And it was very vulnerable for her to share with me. And I get it. I was there too. And I know, so many women in my community struggle with that too. And the worrying about what other people think is coming also from a place of fear of rejection. Underneath is often fear of abandonment that comes from really deep-rooted woundings already created in your childhood. So it's not a fear from an adult perspective, from a conscious perspective. It comes from that inner child, from that wounded place, from experience and traumas from the past. And we are so worried about what other people think of us. Who can relate to that? Send me some likes and love if you can relate to that, because I see those here. Okay, great. I'm going to say a few things about that. Number 1, and some of you might think, well, agree or not agree, but what other people think of you is, number 1, not your business. It's none of your business, because number 1, you never really know what they think about you unless they talk to you about it. And be aware that most people don't think about anything about you. They're way too worried and busy about thinking what other people think of them. And they are in their own loop. We are often so worried about, oh my God, what is this person going to think? Oh my God, how is this person going to think? Oh, I look this way today. Oh, I've done this way. I'm afraid of they're going to judge me. What are they going to say? Oh my God. I was there. I get it. It takes so much energy. And ultimately, everybody's kind of like in their own loop of that. So, they don't even think so much about you. And, Chrissy just repeated, what others think about you is none of your business. Yeah, it's none of your business. You are only responsible for your response and how you feel inside. If your inner peace and happiness depend on what other people think of you, you will always be a victim and dependent on other people's approval. Meaning that if someone says something nice to you, you feel good. If someone judges you, you feel bad. So the question is, do you want to feel good within yourself and have the freedom? Or do you want to be dependent on other people's opinions? It's a no-brainer, right? I'm not saying it's going to happen overnight. I'm not saying it's super easy right away to shift that. But the first piece is really to have that mental clarity, that awareness, and to avoid these 3 things that are really avoiding or that are stopping you from experiencing joy, inner peace, and freedom. Okay, I just have to check the time because for whatever reason. Okay, I still have 5 minutes. Great. Do you have any questions so far, guys? Let me know. Pop it here. And let me see. Okay, great. Let me repeat this. Stop comparing yourself with others and yourself. Set boundaries. Stop being a people pleaser. And yes, that's a challenging one because we all want to be liked. And stopping being a people pleaser and saying no does not mean that necessarily people won't like you or will reject you. It will actually create also more respect. Because if you say yes to everything, people take advantage to you. And you might actually, your ego or your personality justifies it in a way because it feels good. Well, I'm a good person. I do so much for others all the time. And of course, it's good to do good things for others. Absolutely. This world needs more of that. And however, the world is a reflection. The outside is a reflection of the inside. If you're not able to say no, to stand and show up confidently, being authentic and in self-love, it's very difficult, if not impossible, to really connect, to be present with someone, and therefore really support someone and help someone. The foundation always comes back to you. The foundation, again, to inner peace and happiness, anything comes back to how you are being and feeling about yourself. And if you struggle with any of this and you want support, send me a private message. I'm happy to have a quick chat with you or see, like in which way me and my team can support you. And we always answer messages, even though it might take sometimes a little bit because I get a lot of messages. But if you struggle with any of this, comparing yourself, being a people pleaser, not being able to set boundaries, or you are worried about what other people think, and you need help, send me a message. Stop comparing yourself to others, set boundaries, stop being a people pleaser. Say no. Okay, Chrissy, I love how you set this here for us. Okay. That's it for today. That's what I want to share. If you feel that, well, let me tell you one last thing. When I asked my friend yesterday, so we were sitting, she was sharing about it. She's a mom. And maybe, I have moms in my community. And it's specifically difficult when you have children. Because our mind is so justifying it by, well, they need me. I have to give and, control and protect. And that's all true. And in a sense, and at the same time, there's a balance because you are still a unique person and you still get to take care of yourself. You still get to set boundaries so that you are well within yourself, because when you are well within yourself as a mother, that's the biggest contribution you can do, make for your child, because they learn through energy, they learn through unconscious and non-verbal communication. So how you are being inside, not what you are doing, is directly imprinting them, is directly influencing them. So that's for every mother out there, that why you get to do this is also for your children. And I ask her, imagine for a moment, and everyone who's watching here, let's finish this like this. Take a breath. Just take a moment to tune in and just imagine for a moment you would let go of worrying what other people think of you. Just imagine that for a moment. You would let go of what other people think of you. How would that be? Leave a comment below. How would that be if you would let go of what other people think of you? And then we're off in about 50 seconds to a minute. But really tune in. How would you feel? How would your life look like if you would let go of worrying about what other people think? So, a few seconds. I know there's always a delay. Share with me. Leave a comment. And take a nice deep breath. Awesome. Freedom. Yeah. Freedom is the key word here. How would that feel? And that's what my friend, that's the same thing she said. She took a breath. I saw her energy expanding when she tuned into what would it mean for her to let go of everyday worrying about what other people think of her. And that's possible for you. That's possible for you. And you get to do the work that's needed for you to be able to do that every day so that you feel peace, joy, happiness, freedom. And you are there for others and be a support in your family, community, and in your life. Relaxed, liberating, makes me smile. Exactly. So what? Yes, yes, and yes. So avoid these 3 things. If you have any questions or need help with, send me a private message. And if you are wanting to have more self-love in your life and you do not have my beautiful guided self-love meditation, My Gift of Love, it's totally for free, and I'm going to put the link there so you can get started with that. Okay, thank you so much for being here today. I wish you a fantastic soul-infused Monday. I love you. I appreciate you. If this was valuable for you, share this Soul-Infused Monday with a friend, with someone that you love and care for, and come back next Monday for another Soul-Infused Monday show. Much love, and have a fantastic day.